Why is our Black history squeezed into the shortest month of the year?
Is it really about celebrating Black history, though? Or is it just about keeping us in a 28-day, maybe 29-day box?
We're not here to even argue about February.
No, we're not.
Ain't mad at the month at all.
Nope.
It's about us thinking deeper.
Thinking deeper.
Yeah.
Love ain't perfect.
But truth keeps it real. Charles&Melendia.
Just keeping it,
Just keeping it real.
in love.
Hey, what's up, fam?
What's up, fam?
All right, just keeping it real with Charles and...
Melendia,
Yep.
where we are a podcast that exists to strengthen all of our marriages
Yes.
and relationship and prepare marriage-minded individuals through honest conversations,
Yeah.
biblical wisdom,
Yes.
and real life strategies that promote unity, growth, and everlasting commitment.
Yes, for real. Welcome to Thursday's Dose.
Welcome to Thursday's Dose, y'all. So let's get to it.
Yes. As we say, Black History Month.
That's what we're here to talk about.
Hidden, but not forgotten.
No, it's not.
And we're not just the month of February.
No, we're not.
At all. So we're going to get some things straight here tonight. Mm-hmm. As I say, we're not just February.
Right.
We're not just a poster up on a board. Mm-hmm. We're not a bulletin board driving by. Mm-mm. We're not even a school assembly. No. None of that. But we are history every single day.
Every day.
Yes.
And that's what we're going to be more attentive to, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
So, and if we only remember who we are 1 month out of the year, guys, come on.
Yeah.
We'll live small the rest of the year.
Absolutely, we will.
So we're going to stop doing this. We're going to stop doing this. And that starts with us as well.
Yes. So what we want to do is to jog your mind and let's get past the 1 month syndrome.
So why does that matter?
We're here today. We want to talk about it. Black History Month is not the enemy. So it started because our story wasn't being told.
Yes.
That's the reason.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
We say a quick nod to Carter G. Woodson.
Hats off.
Yes. Mm-hmm. But we want to keep this thing simple.
Yeah.
He pushed forward because schools were not teaching our Black history.
And they're still trying to take that out.
Yes, definitely. Then we're going to bring this thing on home. But the truth is, if they only teach it for 1 month, but we only live it for 1 month, then that's on us. Mm-hmm. Okay? Mm-hmm. So we're going to hit this thing, and we don't want it to sound like we're preaching to you. We're not. But we didn't start off as being slaves. Okay? We didn't start off being chained up. Mm-mm. We're actually from kings and queens. We are builders. We are thinkers. Please note that. One of the richest men to ever walk this earth is Mansa Musa. Mm-hmm. Now, I guess that's pronouncing right, and also Queen Nzinga led armies, whole cities and universities. This was in Africa before slavery ever happened. Wow. So we had history from kings and queens. So slavery is just a part of our story.
It is.
It's not the beginning of our people.
It's not.
Right. So we want to make that clear that a 5th grade can understand that. Yeah. It's powerful as well.
Absolutely. So, we think about the things that we use every day.
Yes.
Right. And I'm sure you all have heard this, especially during this time of the month. We emphasize what Black historians have done.
Sure. Mm-hmm.
Right? I mean, you stop at a traffic light. You know about that. Mm-hmm. We wash our hair. We know about that.
Yeah.
Your kids play with these little water toys.
Okay.
We know about that. Then there's Garrett Morgan.
Okay.
Madam C.J. Walker.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. George Washington Carver.
Right.
Lonnie Johnson.
Okay.
You know, so we've been creating all along, man.
Absolutely,
We've
have.
been creating, we've been inventing.
Yes.
We've been building. And somehow they tell us we only got 1 month to talk about it.
1 month. No,
crazy.
we're going to talk about this, and we're going to expand our mindset. We're going to make it simple, real, and clear. Okay? So, okay, cool. We had kings, and we came from kings. We had inventors. But what are we doing today? Don't make it angry. Make it accountable. Are we building strong families?
We should.
Yes. Are we supporting each other? Whether that's in business, whether that's when we go through things in life. Are we investing?
Right.
Are we walking around like we know our worth? We are taking out each other. Then, with all of this, we say, because knowing your history means nothing if you don't move differently.
Right.
That's the bar.
Yes. And you have to set it up high.
Yes. And some of the other people, as far as memorial, we want to mention. Recently, Jesse Jackson, period. We know the work he's done over the years, civil rights, Rainbow Coalition. You didn't have to agree with everything he said. You know, and I know he said a few things here last year, but some of the work, you can't deny the courage that he had.
Right.
You know, he was tied to Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., and the fight was for voting. It was the rights and the opportunity. They marched.
They did.
They stood. They got beaten. They went through suffering. They stood. They spoke up. So the question is here. What are we standing for now as a people?
Yeah.
That's how you honor without getting political. We don't even have to. So if you know you come from greatness, then why are you settling for less? Why are you settling for a month?
Right. That's right.
Go ahead.
Because as we say, we came from kings and queens, right?
Yes, right.
And a queen doesn't compete for attention. We don't. She commands respect.
And a king doesn't even beg to be valued. Hey, value me. He builds value. So, our space here, when it comes to marriage, you want a strong Black history. You want strong Black history.
Right.
So, in order for that to happen, you got to build strong Black homes.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, that's right.
So, Black history is not a month. It's how you carry yourself. And if you know who you are, guess what?
Walk like it.
We ought to walk like it, and we ought to talk like
That's
it.
right.
We ought to build like it as well.
That's right. That's right.
I want to be straight with you.
So what we like to do is we like to take you down a little memory that we had in the actual place of where we live and where my husband is from. It was very informative.
Yes.
Very informative. When I first came here and saw the depictions of things that I had no idea that actually happened.
Sure.
Then I actually got to see visually of what happened during the times of the 1960s?
It happened in 1961.
Yeah. This memorial that was absolutely educational. It was heartbreaking. It really was heartbreaking. Even to know that my husband was here in this area of which we're going to share with you all as a child, seeing and living through some of this travesty.
Yes. What we're talking about here is the Friendship 9 that happened in Rock Hill in 1961. And during the Civil Rights Movement, as we know, even In the city of Greensboro, you had some that sat in one of the stores wanting to be served. In Woolworth, I think is one of those stores. You had the 5 and 10 stores there. So in Rock Hill, I just learned the history. Actually, after leaving Rock Hill for years, I learned this probably less than 15 years ago. And when I heard it, I said, what is the Friendship 9? I say, I wonder, does it have to do with Friendship Junior College? But there were 9 students that decided to do a sit-in. And they went to the store and wanted to be served where they knew they couldn't be served at the counters. And they demanded service. They just sat there. Or they requested service, I'll say. And they sat there. And they were being threatened with arrest, as we know, has happened. And they decided that they would remain and they would get arrested. They were willing to make that sacrifice, and they did. One of the guys in particular was a football player at Friendship Junior College, and I think his scholarship would have been, he was there on scholarship, football scholarship.
Could have been revoked or something.
I think the thing was that he may have lost his scholarship. The other guys convinced him not to go through. From the sit-in, he bailed out, meaning he was there, but he bailed out. They could have paid the $100 and not get arrested.
But I think he was willing, wasn't it? He was
Yes.
willing, but his team and they rallied with him
Sure, right.
in support because
Right.
they wanted to see him succeed.
Yes, right. And he bailed out, but the other ones remained and saying, no bail. It was jail, no bail.
Yes.
And that was the term being used. And in this area, just for sitting there and getting arrested, I guess breaking those unfair and ungodly laws, those guys were arrested. And they were also given 30 days on the chain gang. And if you know anything about the chain gang, mainly they were more or less breaking rocks for the most part. I mean, just, but they were willing to go through that. And it talks about how the suffering that they had, and they had a picture of the Baby Ruth candy bar.
Right, that they shared.
They shared among the 8 of them. And you saw letters that were posted that one had written. His mother told him that, hey, I'm doing this because, this is my conviction here. And he went on to explain to his parents the reason for, and it was a tough time for our people. And I think that, as I said, during our journey and tour, is that some people today want to roll back, us to that era, and they want to knock down any progress that we've made. And again, not being political, but just being
Correct.
accurate and correct with what's happening. And my thing, even with them, the faith that they had to sit down and even request the food. And I think, what about when they were served? I wonder, did they eat the food? Or was it just the principle of it? Because we know. But anyway, to a degree.
So let me ask
Go
you,
ahead.
it's like, somebody would say, well, why is that so important now?
Why is
Because
it?
I've heard that from people that don't want to be educated on the past.
Sure.
And I always think it's important for our children and the children that's coming up to understand
Yes.
what others fought for them today.
Right.
Even though some of these same depictions that we've gone through, not me personally, but
Yes.
the people that have fought for me and for you, have struggled through, why it's so important that they understand we don't need to go back there.
Absolutely. And as the saying goes, if you don't at least learn your history, you're doomed to repeat it. And I think, too, in our society now, I think some people, I remember being on a job and I heard someone say that things were better back then, and just to be honest with you, there were about 4 or 5 of my white male coworkers. As I was walking by, and the youngest one said that things were good back then, and I'm walking by, and I stopped, and I turned around, conversation. I said, "Excuse me, I'm not, but good for who?" And I said, "No, not if my people were back then. It wasn't good." So, and one of the guys came to me later and said, "Hey man, I'm glad you got him straight on that." And I'm saying, if I hadn't said anything, you would, went right along with it. So don't play me like that, bro.
Yeah. So knowing that,
sure.
and the importance of vocalizing and communicating and understanding our history.
Yes. Right.
Is so we will not repeat some of the ignorance. But unfortunately, we are.
We are repeating some things.
We are.
And I think too that we have to be careful too that even, I know we talk about we were not created, we didn't begin with slavery. With us. Again, we come from kings and queens. You got to know who you are.
That's right.
In this society, this world, you got to know who you are. And if you don't know who you are, guess what? Somebody out there will give you an identity. Period. They will tell you who you are or who they want you to be, more or less. And when we as a people, we get together and we encourage one another, instead of, as we say, remember the crab mentality?
Yes.
If we take that away and we encourage each other, we are powerful people.
Yes.
Because so many people hate us, but yet
Want to be like us.
wants to be like us, wants to emulate and imitate. Period. So you got to know who you are. I mean, we're some of the coolest people it is, and we're God's creation. And my point is, none of us created our race at all. None of us. I think it is such an ignorant thing to mistreat a person because of race, or even to give preferential treatments because of race, because again, none of us created our color.
Right.
None of us.
Yes.
So I think when a person hate a person because of their color, I believe, I just said this last week, that they hate God, because God is the one that created, and we're made in his image.
Yes.
So please note, be careful if you're there.
Yeah.
You know?
So,
Go ahead.
We wanted to be able to share our actual presence of being in, it's like a library of a place that depicted and showed what actually happened in the city and state and where we live.
Yes.
And understanding that history should not repeat itself. And we've got to take a different stand when we are presented with it.
Yes. Right.
Because ignorance shouldn't breed more ignorance. Now, we've gone through so many different injustices, and this is not what this is about.
Yes.
This is about education.
Right.
And with that, knowing, because they put on the calendar a 28-day or 29-day once a year for identifying and understanding and educating ourselves, we shouldn't let that be what it is.
Right. And as we talk, we know that when it comes down to Black History Month, we know it was started by, as we say, Carter G. Woodson. He started that off as actually Black History, a Negro History Week is the way it started. And that
So it
was
started with a week first.
Yes, right. It was a week. And like I say, and that's a Black man that started that.
Right.
And he wanted the education, to be, for Black people to learn about our history. So that's how that started then in 1926. And it expanded in 1976 to a month of history. But we've got to expand our thinking and mindset beyond the month.
Yes.
So we have to be cognizant of the things that happened in our history. And we have to learn those things and tell our children about those things,
Yes.
the accomplishments that Black people have made
Yes.
in our society. Somebody said, well, why is it got to be that? Well, if we don't teach our history, nobody else will, because they're trying to end a lot of things now. And so we've got to keep that momentum.
Yeah.
And then so was it meant to limit us? You know, the whether Black History Month or Black History Week, was it meant to limit us? I would say no. I think it was to be conscious of what's happening and our accomplishments. But again, we got to change the mindset to go beyond. And we ought to, I believe every day of the year could be facts that we can learn and dig deeper in, so we can educate ourselves and know who we are, period. Yes.
Yeah. So, make sure that you take time to educate your children, your family. Sit together and talk about how the struggles from the past is going to make you better in the future.
Right.
Think on supporting your brother and your sister. Go out and help someone else. Help the people that need you the most.
Sure.
And go into areas that possibly need some assistance. If you've got the ability
Yes.
to do that, then do that for your people. Now, I do know that sometimes there's a history of sometimes people saying that we can be harder
On us.
on our own.
Yes, for sure. Right.
So if we start working on changing that mindset
yes.
and get out of that slave mindset that they have tried to impart in us,
Yes.
we can be some powerful people.
Absolutely. We are powerful people.
We are.
Right. But if you don't know your identity, then you are subject to be whatever you're labeled.
Yes.
If your mind is not strong enough.
Yeah.
See, and the thing about it, just like we've been told that we descend from slaves, that's not true. We descend from kings and queens who were enslaved.
Yes.
That means their crowns were taken off. Their jewelry were taken from them. The things that they noted as the king and queen's garb, and they were enslaved. So we came from kings and queens, and we must always know that.
Yes.
We must know that.
Yes.
And then the inventions we talk about, I want to just say a few. I know you mentioned some things. Garrett Morgan created the traffic light and also gas mask as well. You mentioned Madam C.J. Walker. What did she do? She was the first self-made millionaire, first female self-made. She did real estate. She did hair products, I think. Several other things she did. George Washington Carver. We learned about him in school. What did he do? He made so many products from the peanut. So it was quite a bit. And with that, also Lonnie Johnson, you mentioned. Of course, this is recent history. The Super Soaker. You remember that? And them big
toy.
guns. Yeah, right. He was famous for that. And so these are some of our Black innovators. And every single day, there are things. And even Black people that had an impact on our community. We talk about Barack Obama.
Yes.
And we do know he was biracial. Okay, so I'm not going to just say a Black man. I'm going to say
But
a biracial.
It was historic.
Yes,
It
right.
was historic.
Yes. And even with him becoming president, he was the blackest one that we know of that's been in there. But by the same token, being biracial, you hear the Black people relate to him and claim the blackness, but you don't hear the white people claim the whiteness. I mean, is that a bit ironic? Okay, so, all right, Oprah Winfrey, one of the ones, basically in media. She's done some things. A lot of people with tech. And we know that Black excellence is not occasional.
No.
It's continuous.
Yes.
And we continue to do those things. Yeah.
And what I do want to say that I do applaud those Black Americans, women and men, who have been able to get out of that mindset that we're talking about, that
Yes.
slave mindset.
Right,
In
yes.
in today's time that we're in, that the young people can see that they are able and willing to accomplish anything they put their hand to productively. And so that's just an example.
Sure.
Don't just think, oh, well, that was back then.
Yes.
That was the beginning of pushing us to greatness. And then I applaud the men and women who are out here doing the grind and doing the time of making it the most productive and going out teaching their children and teaching the community to succeed, be a president, be someone that matters, do something that matters.
Sure.
So the whole purpose of us coming together is to educate you. And as I said, even in this city that we reside in now, it was horrific that happened back in the 60s.
Sure. Right.
But we have progressed, and we've got to show those that don't want to accept who you are or who they want to keep you back behind the gates of freedom,
Yes.
to let you know that you are free and that we are successful kings and queens.
Yes.
So this was, very humbling.
So looking at recent history, of course, we want to acknowledge Jesse Jackson.
Yes.
Recent passing. Who's also a native of South Carolina as well. So, and with him, again, we mentioned in honoring him, his role in the civil rights movement. Of course, he worked with Dr. King. He was the founder of the Rainbow Push Coalition. And also he ran twice for President of the United States. Those years were 1984 and 1988. So
And
he
as
did
you
another
say-
run, I thought.
But as you say, we don't all have to agree on every point that another brother or sister has.
Right.
But let's look at the model accomplishments that they were traveling through and still be a supporter of acknowledging that they had accomplished something.
Sure. Right. And the thing about it, with that, you say you don't have to agree with every position, but again, you can't deny the influence.
Right,
So there was an influence. Again, we talk about king and queen mentality. We have to identify the behaviors that shape our community and shape us as individuals. So when you know your lineage, you move differently, because it's just like a person sitting there and just say, I don't know, where I'm from or where I come from, don't know my people. And right here, I'm just not motivated to do much of anything, from this point. But then if you find out you come from royalty, and that's one thing that God says, you are a royal priesthood, so once you find that out and you get that about yourself, hey, man, wait a minute. Why am I in this ditch here? Why am I doing this? No, let me get up out of here, brush myself off and know who I am. Just like even in the Bible, the prodigal son, when he was out, and it says that he, as long as he had money, he was doing well. But when he lost his money, he lost his friends. And then it says that he was feeding, I guess, got a job or whatever. He was around with the hogs. And it says that he thought to eat with them, the things that they were being fed. And he remembered, oh no, my daddy got a house, he got a farm, and I'm like, man, please, let me get up out of here. So that's what we have to be as a people. When we realize that, hey, no, I'm from kings and queens here. Come on, man, let me get my crown on my head and let me get where I'm supposed to be. And that is in that throne, on that seat, that was meant for me. characteristics of a people, having self-respect, knowing who you are. So if you carry yourself like royalty, as we say, you won't settle for the crumbs. Really,
Right.
you will not. And we have to carry ourselves like royalty. The image that people have of us, it's time to change that narrative for us.
It is.
It really, really is. And as you say, queens don't compete, they build. And we've got to do it.
So, like we say, we're not mad at February.
No, not at all.
It's been named, it's been claimed of what it is. But we are disappointed when we stop at February start at February. So even with us and our conviction, somebody say, y'all ain't never done this before. But you know what? We stand corrected because we won't stop just for February. Every day should be an acknowledgement of our Black history.
Sure, right, definitely. And I remember, I think it was a radio station that was doing that, and they were saying what was invented or something that was done almost on a daily basis. So we've got to encourage our people, and we're I'm not going to say challenge you, but we're going to encourage you. Research a Black inventor, okay, and do that and support our businesses as well.
Yes.
And I'm just saying, don't just support a business because it's, quote, Black. I'm not saying that. I'm saying encourage each other in business. And also, we shouldn't feel that we are owed that support, because when we do, we feel we don't have to earn our brother's business. So we ought to give them good customer service. Give good service. Don't just say, hey, they ain't coming to my business. No, give good service and give good support. Period.
And give quality products or whatever you are servicing to the people. Whether it's your customer service, whether it's your product, whatever it is, we tend to want to gravitate toward other races of people for their product, because some people tend to have dealt with our people who don't quite have the quality customer service or the quality product. So even speaking to the consumer as well as the producer, that we need to make sure that when we're supporting a Black business, that Black business owner supports you as well. And he owes every customer quality.
Absolutely.
Customer service, superior customer service. So we can always feel that, hey, I'm coming back to them.
Right, exactly. And the minute we feel that we're owed that, without earning that,
You miss it.
then yes, that we're on the downslide. So we've got to change that narrative. And then when we do things, we ought to have the utmost of integrity with what we do.
Yes.
And we ought to have the most of quality mind when we do it, because otherwise we can't go around ninja rigging things. We've got to do things right. Yes.
He said it.
Right.
So, I'm was really excited about this episode to be able to express and come together, in addition to having you all support us.
Yes.
We want to be able to provide you superior customer service, superior information. That's why we come to you as well and say, what you want us to talk about?
Right.
What do you want us to explore? I did have an opportunity to speak to someone, and they sent me some things that I think that we're going to unpack. So we're going to unpack them because we asked.
Yes, we did.
So that's what I'm talking about, the support. And sometimes we can be the most negative people against our own people. Even with sympathy and having empathy. When somebody's going through something, where y'all at?
Sure.
Where y'all at? I heard somebody say, I hear hair growing.
Oh, yeah. Right.
That's kind of like, what did it say, crickets?
Yeah, right.
That's worse than crickets.
Yeah.
That meaning you have bailed and you ain't even responding, not even hearing or anything. But would you do that same thing to somebody else that's non-Black? Would you? So, let's be genuine and have the integrity with one another. We should want to see each other succeed.
Yes, right.
And we've got to get back to that, my brothers and my sisters.
Yes, right. Right. Encouraging each other, to succeed without envy, without jealousy.
Yes.
Right.
Hand in
pure,
hand.
godly love towards our community as well. And then wishing and hoping and praying that we succeed. And it's time we do that as a community for sure.
Yeah.
Because most communities stick together, except, and I don't want that to be the true saying moving forward.
No.
Really. That because that's what's being said at times that no, we don't do it. But we've got to. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Before we leave,
Okay.
we want to ask a few questions here too. See how well you know your Black history. And if not, no big deal. We want you to at least learn some things here today. So we got a couple questions for you. Question number 1. Who was the first person to die in the American Revolution? Was it A, Paul Revere, George Washington, B, C, Crispus Attucks, D, Samuel Adams? Okay, all right. That answer was Crispus Attucks.
Okay.
He was a black man. He was the first bloodshed for American freedom.
I don't know if I knew that.
Let that sit. And these questions, you may not have known, but again, research our history. Question number 2. Who helped design the layout of Washington, D.C.? Was it A, Thomas Jefferson? Was it B, Benjamin Banneker? Was it C, Alexander Hamilton? Or D, James Madison?
James Madison?
The answer is Benjamin Banneker.
I was going to say Benjamin Banneker. Why didn't I go with my first thought?
You didn't say it.
I did.
You said who? Okay, all right. So
I said wrong.
here we go. Oh, yeah. No, that's fine. That's fine. So he was a self-taught mathematician. He was an astronomer, and also a genius, considered a genius. A black man helped design the Capitol.
Wow.
Okay? Question number 3. Who helped create the math that made GPS possible? Was it A, NASA, white scientist? Was it B, Albert Einstein, C, Gladys West, or D, Elon Musk?
I'm sorry. Oh, okay.
Okay.
Serious.
The answer is Gladys West.
Yes.
So when your phone says turn left,
That's my
think
girl.
a black woman. Thank you, sister. Yes, okay. Question number 4. Before Rosa Parks, who refused to give up her bus seat at just 15 years old? Was it A, Harriet Tubman, B, Claudette Colvin, C, Coretta Scott King, or D, Sojourner Truth?
B?
The answer is B,
Yeah.
Claudette Colvin.
Yes.
Was 15 years old. She had courage, and and I know that courage don't wait for age.
Yes.
The young lady stood her ground. Okay. Question number 5. Who performed one of the first successful heart surgeries in 1893? Was it A, the Mayo Clinic founder? Was it B, Daniel Hill Williams, C, John Hopkins, or D, Frederick Douglass? The answer is B, Daniel Hill Williams.
Okay.
He also founded a hospital because black patients were being denied care. That's excellence under pressure.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Question number 6. We good? Which African university existed hundreds of years before many European institutions? Was that A, Oxford, B, Harvard, C, University of Sankore, or D, Yale? And if I'm pronouncing that correct, It's the University of Sancor.
Sancor, that's
Okay.
because the other ones weren't.
It's in Timbuktu.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. And I know people use that Timbuktu. You from there, but that's
actual
actually
place.
in an African country. Right? Yes. Or whether township, whatever, but it's in Africa. So thousands of students studying math, science, and law. We were scholars. Yep. Question 7. Here's the biblical edition, the Bible edition, y'all. Okay. In the book of Acts, what African official was reading scripture when Philip met him? Was it A, the Egyptian king, B, the Ethiopian eunuch, C, the Roman soldier, or D, the Greek merchant?
B, the Ethiopian eunuch.
The Ethiopian eunuch. She got it right. Yes, it was. Okay. In the book of Acts 8:27, Africa was present in early Christianity. We were not late to faith. We've been there. And you remember the brother that took the cross of Messiah when he was walking? He couldn't go any further. He fell. And they called a brother. He probably was sitting there muscular, and he showed himself sitting there because, apparently something stood out about him. Hey, you right there. Come over there and get that cross. Okay. All right. So here we go. All right. So the bonus question. This is for the married folk, y'all, but not just the married. You can do it if you're single. Okay. All right. Here we go. All right. So here's the tie-in here. So what scripture says you are a royal priesthood? Is it A, Proverbs, B, Genesis, C, 1 Peter, or D, the book of Revelation? The answer? 1 Peter 2:9, it says you are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood. So I want you to know, and we want you to know, that you come from a royal people.
You do.
Okay? This ain't random, y'all. This is real.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that was good. That was good. So
listen, if you missed some of those questions, you ain't got to be ashamed. It's just proof that we need to know more about our folk. Okay? Yeah. So, all righty.
if we don't learn it for ourselves, we can't teach our children.
Correct.
So even if you got it wrong, you got an opportunity to learn so you can tell it right.
Got to go beyond February, y'all. That's what we tell. So a different mindset from here on. So fam, we're glad you joined us this week, and we want to keep the history going. Please don't stop when February stops.
Yeah.
Because our history doesn't. Every day,
Yeah.
we got history. And let's note that. Let's keep it alive. Keep the mindset. Get beyond February. Get out of the February box, y'all.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes. And if you really enjoyed this episode, which I hope you did, like, share, and subscribe.
Yes. Send it to some folk that need to hear some of this.
Yeah. So until next time.
Yes. Just keeping it real with Charles and
Melendia.
Yep. All
Bye.
right. Absolutely. Peace out, y'all. Stay black.
Real black. Blackety black. Black. Black, black.
As your boy said, well, I like the blacks.
Stay black.
Yeah.
Love ain't perfect.
But truth keeps it real. Charles and Melendia.
Just keeping it,
Just keeping it real.
in love.
Yeah.
Love ain't perfect.
But truth keeps it real. Charles and Melendia.
Just keeping it,
Just keeping it real.
in love.
Yeah.
Love ain't perfect.
But truth keeps it real. Charles and Melendia.
Just keeping it,
Just keeping it real.
in love. love.